Hello, class. This is Professor Suarez bringing you uh, a, a brief discussion on some of the things that we went over this week and what to look forward to in the upcoming weeks before spring break and after. So let's go ahead and get started. So one thing I wanted to discuss is some of the contents of the exam and to clarify exactly what the exam is going to look like. So it's going to be 25 multiple choice questions, and we're going to try to cover some of the main subjects: defining social media, stages in sales, marketing research, branding, content development, and what encompasses a marketing campaign, things that you guys have already worked on. Um, if you have any questions or any of the pieces, don't click as far as your understanding of something, or um, you're not sure exactly what's going to be on. Those are things that I'm looking to iron out in the upcoming week before the actual exam. So general intake responses. These are just gonna I'm just gonna review some of the things that stood out to me when I was reviewing your assignments and your discussion boards. So one key thing that really is important as far as content development is making an impression from the beginning. Um, Daniel Cheeky said, a marketer must realize that a consumer's time is valuable and that they have to make an everlasting impression to capture their attention, which is extremely important. Um, and one key example is the approach that Geico takes when they develop commercials. Is they're really funny, really entertaining, even though they're only about 30 seconds long. It's sometimes if you're watching TV and you see a Geico commercial, you won't change the channel until you finish watching a new Geico commercial. Or if you're on YouTube, you'll go through the whole Geico commercial just to see it. I know, me personally, I do, but that's just a good sign of good marketing, right? Um, how the advertisement is portrayed plays a big part, and the color and the drawing of it, of percentage off on a brand name store, excuse me, a toy advertisement or sports ticket. If none of this takes place, then the viewer will just skip away and ignore the advertisement. So making an impression isn't just about um, making something visual and aesthetically appealing, but it's also about making something that's valuable to the customer, something that's going to appeal to maybe their pockets before their heartstrings. And that was from Michelle Langlays. But the key concept here that you want to take away is what's in it for me, right? With them, right? Um, it's it's the question you want to answer with your content and your marketing. Um, but the key piece that comes from the social media Bible is when you utilize this, it also directs clients to the conversion piece, the buy here aspect, right? Um, or the follow and subscribe button. It's the what's in it. The purpose of what's in it for me is to convert a non-customer or non-subscriber to somebody who is paying for your product or is advocating for what you guys do and exposing you to people who will buy your product. The other aspect that stood out to me in the following week was the timing piece. And this was with with respect to the discussion post last week that we did. Um, so Adrian brought up a really good point. To focus on success of content virility, the two most effective aspects in spreading ideas and content is the platform it is shared on and its ease and shareability. Um, and she was speaking in reference to the TEDx talk uh, with the with YouTube, and it's interesting because timing really impacts a lot of things, including the success of a marketing campaign. So if you put it on a website that doesn't allow you to share the content, that's really going to stagnate your ability to expose the idea to other people. Snapchat, for example, is just recently getting into the habit of allowing you to share whatever it is you get on Snapchat on other social media feeds. But that was kind of a part of their allure too, because when Snapchat was just developing, whatever content you put up was deleted automatically. But here they're looking to find ways to have sustainability and to maintain the amount of users that they have, and also increase their exposure as well. Versus Instagram, which you could share the pictures on any social media site, and like I said before, anything I post on Instagram automatically goes to my professional Facebook page. So those two aspects definitely make it a much better social media site to use as far as timing. But it also, you have to take into account who's the market that's actually viewing your content and what apps are they using to view your content. The second quote, I agree that tastemakers are the best way to spread content, because once a celebrity gets a hold of it and advertises it, everyone is going to watch it. And that was from Michael Salvatore, which is a very good point, which I'm going to use to segue into the next point. But another key thing is both pieces show that there are pinch points, or there are places where if that person in your network gets the content, they're going to connect you with everybody else in your total obtainable market, right? But the key is getting it to those people first, and you have to figure out what are these tastemakers, or these people with large networks. What are they looking at? What are they looking for? So another key thing that I do for my social media feed is I follow famous people, and I look at what they post, because I'm looking to see if what they post matches up with the content that I post. Because the idea is to get enough followership that if I reach out to them and say, hey, listen, this is what I'm working on, it's going to appeal to them. From what I've seen, that's not the case. But if I do find someone who could potentially be a sponsor, or could potentially be a tastemaker that helps to expose my idea out there, I want to make sure I'm setting up a message that's going to appeal to them. So with regards to sponsorship, according to Successful Project Sponsorship by Michael Van der Molen, successful sponsorship encompasses the following things, and I put a spin on it so that way it reflects more with what we're doing in the class. So a sponsor is going to advocate or expose your idea. They're going to go out of their way to expose it to their network and make sure that idea gets spread, because they're passionate about what you're doing. They also expect a shared ownership and responsibility. They expect to be involved in it, but they also they don't want to have to do all the work. They want to know that you or your team is doing the necessary things to make this successful. A sponsor is going to want outcomes. They're going to want to say, you know what, by the end of this, you should have 20,000 followers, 200,000 followers, 1 million subscribers, whatever the metrics are. A good sponsor is going to focus on delivering those things for you, or that you're on the path to delivering those things for yourself. And the last piece is they're going to empower the content maker. So they're going to empower you to do what you want, be creative, and do what makes you successful. They're not going to try to put a crowbar in the creative process. So quick review of the schedule. The week of February 27th, we're going to be going over Chapter 8. And we're also going to be going over the official study guide on next week. Then week of March 6th, we're going to be doing progress reports. I'm going to be telling you guys how you're all doing. And the last week to submit that you're actually starting the extra credit is the week of March 6th. So if at that point you decide that maybe after you see the progress report you want to start working on the extra credit, you're going to be able to do that. let's see what else. And then the week of March 13th is spring break. Turns out I haven't told you guys, but I'm actually getting married that week, so it's gonna be lit, and I'm excited. So that's a big thing. But I hope you guys have a great spring break, and relax, because the following week we're gonna be doing some work too. So the second half, it's going to have just two pieces, right? It's going to be about developing your own social media marketing plan, which you've seen glimpses of already. So it's not going to be something that's kind of out of left field. But each week we're going to work on it piece by piece. And by the end of it, you're going to have a full proposal that you're going to be able to submit as your final project. And then the second piece is we're going to be working on developing your professional profile online, and really developing a digital identity for yourself that you could show to employers, that's really going to market you as somebody that they'd want to hire or give a lot of money to do their marketing. And that's it. If you guys have any questions about anything being discussed here, feel free to contact me. You guys have my email and my cell phone number. You can shoot me a text, or send me an email, and I'll get back to you at my earliest convenience. Well, good luck, and take care. And if anything, let me know. I'm here to help. Bye, guys.